Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LFA Shop. This week we're still working on the Cuores. Hopefully we'll get rid of the blue one and hopefully we'll paint the white one. Alright, so I've been filming a few days, pretty flat out, so I don't really know how much content I've got. This is probably episode 3 or 4 by now. I've degreased and washed the seats. They're still disgusting, but they're way better than they were. Nothing seat covers can't fix. And yesterday Mr. Tommy Dunkhouse came along. We put the hatch on, we got the air ride system out, and I stripped all the inside of the white seal, and I stripped all the inside of the blue seal. So it's still got the heater box in it. And that's about it, and the column, which is about all I need out of this. But I can't get in there, and I didn't have pliers at the time, so I gave up and went on with something else. So the plan today, paint the other door so it looks like that on the inside, and then we can put the doors on. Then I'll mask up the windows and the tailgate, clean everything again, and then we can fog this thing with some green. So obviously gotta paint this bit green, tape all that up. The black is staying, and the roof is black, so they match, and they look quite nice. Got to fog this with some green and put the doors on, fog them, and then actually paint them. So that's the plan for today. So then tomorrow I've got a truck box coming for the Dodge. I'm slowly collecting parts for it. I'm not going to start it anytime soon, but I need to move all of this crap out of the way and put the truck box where the crown is. So that'll be tomorrow's job, and it's going to be a bit of a pain in the bum. And then the next day, I want to try and strip the rest of this and get this ready to go to scrap. So I have to take out the subframes and the axles and stuff, get it on a trailer, and get every nut and bolt off of it, everything I can use, anything anyone else can use, and get this thing to scrap. So I got the wiring loom out, that's ready to go into the car, but we decided we're going to try and paint it today. So I'm going to finish the other door, put them on. So I've got the tailgate cleaned, I've got the bumpers cleaned, I haven't put the doors on yet, but I've cleaned and painted the inside of both. So now I'm just going to put a bit of fog on this to start it off. I'm going to paint the inside of that tailgate black and steal the trim panel. And then when Em gets home, we'll put the doors on, clean the doors, and then fog everything, leave it for 20 minutes, fog everything, leave it for 20 minutes. This paint is super thin. It's really nice, it goes on really nice, but if you put it on like all in one and get all good coverage, it will definitely run. And I've done a lot of spray painting in the past, so that's not my fault. That's what I'm blaming anyway. I'm blaming the paint. Good tradesman always blames his tools, and I'm not a tradesman, so I'm going to blame my tools. Hey guys, Jeff from LFA Shop here. Just interrupting this week's video to let you know that I've started a Patreon account. So if you'd like to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/LFA Shop, and you'll see 3 different levels of membership. There's $4 a month, $8 a month, and $12 a month. So if you don't want to sign up, don't sign up. If you do, that'd be great. Pick whatever level you want. I'm not going to hold it against you. It'd be just great to have your support. So on Patreon, you'll find limited edition stickers. I'll hopefully be doing merch soon. There's some secret squirrel business going on there. You'll be able to talk to me directly. You'll be able to ask me questions that I'll put on my TikTok videos. You'll be able to get your name in the titles or the credits of the YouTube videos. And there'll be heaps more later, so check it out at patreon.com/LFA Shop. Let's get back to the video. Alright, so the green is on. It's all still taped up. The bumpers still have to be done, but everything's painted. I've done about 1 million coats. Super light, so hopefully it's got good coverage. the lighting in here is kind of horrible, so it's a bit hard to see. So I really hope that it's even enough. So I'm going to set up a time lapse and we're going to take all the tape off. Wish us luck. It's definitely green and the roof's definitely black. So I achieved something. And the inside, and the doors are still blue, but the door cards will cover most of that, so it should be sweet. The front panels are a little bit chalky or something, there's a bit of dust and stuff, but it should be fine. So still got heaps of other stuff to paint, mirrors and mud flaps and the bumpers mainly, but we're getting there. Looks like a thing, and I can start putting the interior back in, which is the exciting part. And then I have to start on the engine bay, which I'm not really looking forward to. So as you would have just seen, the roller doors are on the shed now. Looks pretty good. I'm glad I went with grey. I was tossing up between going the cream or the grey to match the walls of the roof, but I think the grey looks really good. So he's done a great job. They are electric, but there's no electricity in the shed, so at the moment they're set in the manual mode. And we've got the Cuore sitting here in the green. So while he was doing that, I put together some of the interior, put the seat belts in, put the wiring loom in, glued this handle on because it's the only one I've got, put the tail lights in, put the doors together, put the rubber strips back on the doors, got the airbag module back in, all the wiring for the back half. So I just need to clean up in here and then I can put the carpet in, put the door seal that holds the carpet on, and probably put the roof lining in, and then I need to finish the back section for the airbags before I put the dash in because I'm not 100% sure how much room we need. And as it is, I might need to take a door off to get all the airbag system in because it goes in the door and then back. So we'll see how we go, but it's all coming together. And I put the gas strut on the door, on the hatch last night with Emily, and it's got a fair bit of kick to it, which every Cuore I've ever seen, you have to turn the key and lift at the same time, which is why these always break. So hopefully that stops that thing getting pulled off. It's only just glued on there pretty delicately, so hopefully it doesn't fall off straight away. But it's coming together. As for the blue car, the interior is pretty much stripped. So I've just got the heater box out and the airbag module. I've got to undo the bottom bolt on the steering column, and the back seat belts I'm going to flog for that thing. So that's pretty much all I need from the inside, and then I'll have to start working on the engine bay, which I'm not really looking forward to, but should be relatively easy. All the wiring's already out. Just got to do like fuel lines, brake lines, pop the subframe. Shouldn't really take that long, I just don't want to do it. So I got the dash out the other day, got the wiring loom for the dash out, took the guards and the bonnet off this one. So I also need to clean everything out of this engine bay, paint it all up, put everything back in, put the new engine back in. So there's a lot of work to do, but we are certainly getting there. And those roller doors look wicked. So it's the middle of the day, we've got the 3 roller doors shut, and you can see where all the light's coming in. And you can definitely tell that the end of the shed's not sealed, but that's intentional because there's going to be another wall further along in the future. Let's a fair bit of light in through the top here. and around the A-frame at that end, but that's nothing we can't fix. Woohoo! Looking really good. I don't think timing gets much better than this. Just put the carpet in, and I was thinking, got to be good to run the air lines right now. Guess what just rocked up on my front door? Fantastic. So I'll open this up. I think this is the valves, pressure gauge, and the pretty much everything but the front struts. So I'll open it up and see what we got. So what did I get? I hear you asking. 4 valves, new pressure switch, little adapter for the pressure switch, pressure gauge that goes to 1,000,000 for the tank pressure, little light for the back of the gauge, and 10 meters of hose. So that's all I ordered from these guys. I've still got these struts and the airbags coming, and I need to go and buy a bunch of fittings to join all this stuff together, but I knew that I wouldn't get the fittings to do that. I was just waiting to get them to work on what I needed. So I'll run the airline now, and then that's pretty much all I can do with this stuff until I get the airbag stuff back in the car. Alright, so now that I've got this, I'm going to replace the back 2 lines because I'm not 100% sure if they're any good. They're probably 6 years old at this point, and I will run 2 to the front and leave plenty here and plenty at the front, purely so I can run the rear airbags and the front airbags without ripping the carpet out again. Alright, so we've got new lines in the back and lines from the back to the front. They stop just up here, but there's a fair bit extra back here. So once we get the rear in, plug it into the valve, we should be able to pull all the excess through, and we might be a little bit short at the front, but we'll see how we go. Carpet's all in, and I've got the carpet stays back on. So now I'm going to do the rear cards, bolt them in for good, and then pretty much all I can do for the interior for now, until I do the dashboard, but I don't really want to do that until I've got the airbag stuff in. So that means I need to finish this guy. So that's probably going to be next week. Alright, carpet's in, door covers are on, the trim up here is on, the trim around the top is on, the rear door cards are in, front door cards are in, the roof lining back in, which was a bit of a job by myself, but we got there. So that's pretty much it until I can do that back section. So that involves wiring up those valves and plumbing them obviously, and then carpeting the false floor. So that's going to be a job for later, but certainly making some progress. Almost looks like a car again from this end anyway. The other end looks a bit different. I think it looks pretty good with the black roof and the black stripe across the back of the tailgate. Got the lights in and stuff, looks like a real car again. You can see all the door seals are all black. Everything looks nice and fresh. Well, as fresh as it can for second-hand parts. Still got to tackle this end later, but the whole thing looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it so far. Paint could be better, but it is pretty much good enough for who it's for. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.